Welcome to The Buzz, where we bring you leaders in dental education discussing hot topic courses and industry trends. I'm your host, Vanessa Emerson, founder of Dental Speakers Bureau, and today I'm interviewing Sandy Baird. Now, Sandy has a master's in business administration. She also has 35 years of hands-on dental practice management experience. She's also married to a dentist, and so we can assume she has years of experience with running dental practices and dealing with their systems and helping them be successful. Her presentations are focused on embezzlement, OSHA and HIPAA, as well as leadership and building self-managed teams. So I've asked Sandy to talk with us during this session around her courses, a little bit more about what you can expect from those courses. And Sandy, thank you so much for being here.
It's my pleasure, Vanessa.
And before we dive into that, I just have to ask you, tell us what's up with the Ginkgo Leaf.
Well, you're not the first to ask that question. And the Ginkgo Leaf is an important symbol in my life. I was a forestry major in college, and I fell in love with it when I was about 19 years old. But it encompasses all the characteristics that I think a successful dental practice needs. The ginkgo is probably the most successful plant on our planet. It has existed and thrived and survived and duplicated since long before man, long before the dinosaurs. And now it is one of the most popular trees to plant in the downtown urban areas because it's so resistant, it's so tolerant, it's so flexible. Its systems are very simple but effective. It's unique in its appearance, which means people notice it and they like it and they want to keep it going. Just like a dental practice needs to have that competitive advantage, that competitive edge. How will people notice you? What will make you notice them? Your systems, do they allow you to be flexible? Do they help create this web of success so you can buy other practices and install the systems there and be equally as successful? When I was in business school, that was something they pounded in our head. Systems are reproducible. It's been proven time and time again that that is how you can be successful over and over and over again. So I think the ginkgo to me symbolizes what I want to help practices become: sustainable, successful, flexible, and just able to survive and multiply.
I love the imagery of that. I love how on so many different levels that you can take that analogy and apply it to the dental practice. That's brilliant branding, by the way. I'll tell you, from the marketer in me. I just love that. Thank you so much for sharing. Now, around your courses, your presentations, help us know a little more about, if I were an event planner considering working with you, what are the options?
Oh, I have a number of options. Having been in dentistry for so long and in so many levels, one of my most popular one is embezzlement in the dental practice, which is only for dentists, of course, but it's a very powerful course, a very hard thing to talk about, but a very important thing to talk about because it is becoming more and more common in the dental industry. I really am very passionate about self-managed teams. That's another thing that I really picked up. I picked up in dental and business school and didn't realize it, though, that I had developed our practice in a similar way and learned even more about it in business school. And I think the dentist needs to be freed from the management responsibilities so they can do what they're trained to do and what they get paid to do, and that's dentistry. So I really like the systems to be the boss of the practice, the team to be, engaged in the practice to the level of being able to make excellent decisions. I also, of course, do my compliance courses, OSHA and HIPAA, just because I know we all have to do it. And I did it for years and years and years. And I want to tell you, I dreaded it every time, but I try to make it fun. I try to laugh a lot, but I also really engage in heavy learning in this too, with examples and teamwork. So, but I can, so many important categories fall into all of these, such as communication, burnout, dealing with difficult people. There are lots of topics I enjoy speaking. I just love to teach. I love to speak. I love to teach. I love to engage with people and see when that little light in their eyes come up, goes, oh, I didn't know that. So that's what brings me joy, is to see that happening. And I want to make sure my agendas have something to, and their teams, to take home to their practice, to take back to their practice, to start doing immediately. Because I know how many times I wanted that in all the hundreds of CE classes that I've sat through. And so that's one of my primary goals.
I just love that. I love your passion. I'm sure that our viewer is also seeing what I'm seeing here. And it makes me think how I believe that it would be fun to go to these courses, even compliance, or embezzlement. I'm sure you find a way to just have a more high energy. I could say I've heard you speak a couple of times in brief presentations, and have booked you through the Bureau. And I would say to the event planner who's listening, the feedback has been very positive. That from what I've heard from those meeting planners, very excited about not only your expertise, Sandy, but the fact that you do make it very enjoyable. So kudos to you on that. Now, your courses, it sounds like, would be appropriate for a full team or just the doctor for the embezzlement, but otherwise it's typically full team could attend. And we talked about activities, some interaction, that sort of thing.
I like to have a little mini workshops inside of them, just an activity, so they can become more, the attendee can become more engaged with the learning.
Very good. So I'm wondering I'm trying to remember if there's anything else that we might want to share around your courses and bringing you in. I know one thing that it keeps occurring to me is that with these many years of experience, how you can take your building self-managed teams, for instance, and likely could break that out into many smaller segments. Yes. Or could give special emphasis, I would assume, on parts of that speech, depending on what they're looking for.
I try to be really responsive to the needs of the planner, the event planner, because I know I want to know what that event planner's goals are and what the audience, what their attendees would appreciate hearing about and what they request. And then I can kind of gear it that direction. So I try very hard to be responsive to their goals.
Excellent. That's wonderful. Well, do we feel like we got it all? Was there anything else you want to cover, Sandy?
Not that I can think of, Vanessa.
Well, I think we've shared a really clear picture of broad topics to choose from, how they can be married together to create whatever experience the planners wanted to create for their attendees. Thank you so much, Sandy, for being here and sharing yourself with us, sharing about the Ginkgo and sharing about your topics.
Thank you, Vanessa. It's been wonderful.
And thank you to the event planner for watching this episode of The Buzz. If you would like more information about bringing Sandy to work with your organization, please visit dentalspeakersbureau.com and find a speaker. You'll look for Sandy Baird. You'll find her listing there. Each of her courses, there's course synopsis, some videos, her contact information. If you'd like any help, feel free to email us at info@dentalspeakersbureau.com. We'd be happy to connect you. So thanks again for tuning in, and until next time, be well.